right, it is my pleasure to join Tim Chastain in 8 Days After. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Wonderful. I love it. I love it. So tell us a little bit about your ministry and, you know, a little bit about the project I'm holding here in my hand.
Okay. Well, we started in 2006, and the vision of 8 Days After is just trying to reach a lot of folks that are outside the church. And, you know, you can't reach somebody already in the church. You know, we need to be outside the church. And what is it going to take to get them? So, you know, the music is a little country, a little southern rockish, you know, but the lyrics is all about Jesus, you know. So we're trying to use the music to hook and then, you know, reel them in, you know, with Jesus.
All right. I think that we just heard about that in our last conversation. So tell us about the name, 8 Days After. Where'd you get that?
Okay, 8 Days After, the name, it comes from Luke 9:28. It's just a phrase there in the Bible, but then when you look a little deeper into it, you'll find in John 20, which is known as the resurrection chapter of Jesus. And, you know, after he rose from the grave on the third day, he told, you know, the lady to tell the disciples, look, I'm going to meet them later on. And, of course, when they met him, there was one guy not there, and that was Thomas. And it says, after 8 days, Jesus appeared to Thomas. And there, you know, Jesus, you know, told Thomas, he said, blessed are those who have not seen and still yet believe. And I believe he's talking about every one of us.
That's right. That's right. Wonderful, wonderful. So introduce us to your members.
All
members
right.
of the group.
Well, let's start behind you over here.
All right.
Over here playing the bass guitar, this is Mr. Ricky Asher. He comes to you from Rossville, Georgia. And back here on the drum set, doing a wonderful job from Dalton, Georgia, this is Mr. Kyle Ridley. And then over here beside me is a great guy who's probably, his face has probably been seen all over Atlanta, but he lives for Jesus, amen. He's a Jesus freak now. And will you please make welcome from Dalton also, Mr. Will Arnold.
Okay, wonderful, gentlemen. Thank you all so much for being here. Now, I love your sound. Tell us a little bit about your project. What kind of project did you decide to do this time, and about some of the selections you put on here?
Okay, the CD, it has 8 songs that I wrote, just like the one you just heard, No Connection, is on the CD. And there's 3 songs that are traditional old hymn songs, like The Unclouded Day and Wayfaring Stranger. And that's just some common ground we tried to tap into, just trying to reach out into some of the hard traditional churches, trying to get into those doors, and then the rest is all original. So it'd be best for folks just to take a chance and listen to it.
All right, so you're a songwriter.
I am.
Ah, wonderful, wonderful. So when you're out ministering, because you said you're going out to the unchurched, and it's so important because sometimes we do minister a lot and worship a lot in the walls of the church, which is great, but really ministry is about reaching out to others. Why was that something that was really important to your heart?
That's just what Jesus taught us to do, that we need not just reaching out to the sinners, but to each other. You know, we all go through different emotions, you know, in life. And so, you know, I believe God sends people our way. You know, God knows our heart. He knows how we feel. And He'll send somebody to speak to us as well as He would send you to somebody. That's right. You know, it works back and forth. And it's just reaching out to everybody is the whole thing behind ministry, is just reaching out, being a servant.
Now, how did you come to know the Lord?
I was raised up in church. I grew up in church. My dad, his name is Jerry Chastain, and he is a Baptist preacher. I wouldn't really think a Baptist preacher because he came out of a Church of God of Prophecy. So he don't act like, you know, what folks would think Baptists should act like. But he is a very strong man of God. My mother, she's a singer, and my sister plays piano. And so it all started there. It was just, I was engulfed from, you know, my youth growing up. And of course, you know, at the age when I felt God tugging at my heart, I accepted Jesus at the age of 10. And I've been serving Him ever since. And
how did you come to decide that this was the form of ministry that you would use for the kingdom?
I felt God draw me in this area in my life. I've always loved music. And what's funny is, you know, from where I come from, you know, we listen to the gospel music on Sunday. You know, grew up Sunday's church day, we listen to gospel. But then through the week, we were exposed to country music and other music, you know. And so I guess that's just what you get with me. You know, I'm taking everything I was exposed around from
so you
country.
can listen to it Monday through Saturday.
Oh yeah. So you can't get upset, you know, because look, it's what I was exposed to. But
go.
you know what? God had a reason. He has a plan, and I think through what I was being exposed to was for this day and time.
Wonderful.
To reach folks.
Okay, well, very quickly, because we're almost out of time, but we're going to hear from you. We're going to go to our phone lines. Where can people go to learn more about Tim Chastain and 8 Days After, and really get hold of your projects, or maybe book you, because you said you perform any and everywhere?
Yes, anywhere, wherever the Lord is opening a door, we're willing to go. You can Google us, just like the brother said a while ago. Just Google, just Google us, and that's same here. Just punch in Tim Chastain. And 8 Days After, we do have a website, www.8daysafter.com.
Okay.
And from there, you'll find us, on Reverb Nation, Twitter, MySpace, Facebook.
Okay.
You'll find every one of us on Facebook. And so you can friend us there. And if you want to get a hold of the CD or any of the products, or more importantly, give me a call.
Okay.
Call us up. So the phone number, connections, everything's there.
Wonderful. Well, thank you all so much for being here, gentlemen. Thank you. We look forward to hearing much more from you during the program. Right now, we're going to go to our prayer line, 770-300-9828, because we always have men and women of God standing by to be in agreement with you.